Hey guys, what's up? It's the Swirl family. Thank you for checking out another one of our videos. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jorgia. I have a beautiful son named Kason, and I have an amazing fiance named Chris, and together we are the Swirl family. And thank you so much for checking out a video. Today I am going to be pretty much discussing things that I wish I had known when I was pregnant. And I'm also going to be sharing some tips that you may want to use whenever you become pregnant, or if you're pregnant now. Let's get on to the video.
I wanna be with you. If you don't, baby, that's cool. We ain't gotta tell them what we do. We gon' stack that money through the roof. You know that I got it like that. We can spend a check and get it right back. I know you want it, you ain't gotta fight back. If I hurt you, baby, that's my bad.
First things first, I want to start off by saying that everybody's pregnancy is different. Not all women experience the same exact thing. So I don't want anyone who is pregnant to worry about them not having this certain thing or blah blah blah. Just everyone's pregnancy is different. Some people experience it different ways, and so that's the beautiful thing about being able to carry a life. One thing that I found out while being pregnant was that you don't show as fast as you think you do. I thought that you show like that. I didn't pop until 30 weeks pregnant. Before I hit 30 weeks, I had a very small bump. It wasn't very noticeable. I'm not gonna say that I didn't have a bump at all, because I did, but I was still able to go out in public and people wouldn't even know that I was pregnant. The next thing is that there are more than just the 3 regular pregnancy symptoms. The only pregnancy symptoms that I know was obviously your missed period. I knew about morning sickness and craving were the 3 things that I knew of. Now, I had more than just those 3 symptoms. I had constipation. I had, there's so many different pregnancy symptoms, and I'll post them above so you guys can know about them. But yeah, there's more than just 3 pregnancy symptoms. Number 4, this was something that was based off of my experience, but my postpartum recovery was the hardest part of all. My pregnancy was smooth sailing. My labor and delivery wasn't bad at all. I was in and out, but my postpartum was absolutely hell for me. I literally could not sit down without being in pain. I couldn't stand up without being in pain. I couldn't walk without being in pain. I couldn't stand without being in pain. And I honestly couldn't lay down in a bed for like a week straight. It was horrible. I was in so much pain down there, but I think because I had such an easy pregnancy and an easy labor and delivery, I paid for it with my postpartum. And like I said previously, a lot of people experience it differently. A lot of people can just bounce back like that. It's so crazy how much our bodies go through within the day of our labor and delivery, and how we're up and walking like literally an hour after we pushed a baby out of our cuckoo. We're women, we're strong, we're powerful, and we can do anything. I also had an episiotomy. It's pretty much where they cut you in order to have room for the baby to come out. Well, it's a lot more painful and longer recovery than it would be if you were to tear. So next was my relationships changed drastically. Not only with Chris, but with everyone around me has changed. For those who don't know, me and Chris were dating for only 2 months whenever we found out that I was pregnant. And it was really crazy because 2 months isn't a long time, and we were still getting to know each other and learn about each other. And yeah, not only that, we were teenagers still then, so we were maturing still. We were still getting through all of our teenage years. I honestly was really worried about how and if Chris would be able to adjust or transform from his life as a boy to a man, or a boy to a father, and I was really worried about that because I knew it would be hard for me because I was pretty much, you know, ready to focus on becoming a better person and living my best life, not in like a I want to go out and party every single weekend way, but I want to be successful, I want to achieve my goals way. I'm already shaping and forming into a mother while the baby is, you know, growing. But I was really surprised that he was able to become the person he is. He's literally transformed from a boy to a man. I'm excited because he's the kind of person who Kason will be able to look up to as not only as a father figure, but, you know, a man who's ambitious and passionate about what he wants to achieve, and a husband as well. So I'm excited that Kason has someone like that in his life. And he may come across on YouTube as just this couple who never fight, and, you know, we have good times together, but honestly there's a lot of hard times with me and Chris. We've been through so much together within the last year and a half, and you know, there's been times where we've literally almost broken up, and there's been times where, you know, I've wanted to give up on a relationship and just, you know, just so many other things. But, you know, that's what happens in real committed relationships. You go through your ups and downs and you struggle, but if you do it with the right person, it's destined to work out. So that's all I have to say about that. Some relationships have changed with my mother and my family and my friends. It's not always a good thing. Sometimes it could be a bad thing, but, you know, that's always, you know, you gotta do what's best. I didn't get judged as much as I thought I would be. So like I said, me and Chris were only dating for 2 months when I found out I was pregnant. So that's one thing I thought I was going to be judged about. Another thing that I thought I was going to be judged about was being young. Everybody was really accepting of it, and everybody was really supportive of it. Old wives' tales. So old wives' tales are fun to do, but they're not accurate. It's pretty much myths to predict what gender you're going to have. They're not really accurate. People really do swear by them. For my gender reveal, I did a whole bunch of old wives' tales, and then at the end we calculated how much girl predictions we had and how much boy predictions we had, and we had more girl predictions over boy predictions, and obviously I ended up having a boy. So that proved to not be true. The next thing that I want to talk to you guys about is doctors and appointments. So whenever you're doing your research on your OBGYN, make sure you are doing very detailed research. With your OBGYNs, you get about 3 ultrasounds throughout your whole pregnancy. My OBGYN did one at every appointment because he had his own ultrasound room at his clinic. Pretty much your appointments, depending on your OBGYN, mine had me in and out of there within 30 minutes apart. Make sure you're researching and you find out where your doctor delivers at. The delivery process is a huge part because you want to be well taken care of and you want your baby to be well taken care of. I hated the hospital that I delivered at, and unfortunately with my next pregnancy I probably won't be going back to the OBGYN specifically for the hospital. Now if I can somehow talk to him in delivering at another hospital, then I would love to have him as my OBGYN. I never want to deliver at the hospital again. It was a bad experience for me. The only good thing I could say about the hospital was that the NICU was amazing, but that's literally it. And then my last thing was my epidural. Now I know some people like to go unmedicated, and I know some people were just like, no, give me the epidural now. Me, I was, give me the epidural now. Now when I went into labor, they gave me Pitocin. I'm not sure why, which is why I don't like the hospital, because they just gave me Pitocin. That being said, my contractions were very painful. And if you're wondering what contractions feel like, I know it's different for everybody, but for me, I honestly think this is like dead on. It feels like the worst period cramps you'll ever have in your whole entire life. Like, I'm not even kidding. It feels like the worst period cramps you'll ever have in your whole entire life. And they just keep getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And for me, my contractions were back to back to back. I had them literally no break. You know, I'd have a contraction, I'd get like a 0.5 second break, then I'd have another contraction, then I'd get another 0.5 second break, and then I'd have another contraction. And then between those, I would have maybe like a 30-second to 45-second break, and then I'd be going again. And not only that, my contractions were all over my belly. They were from my, you know, belly all the way to my back, and it was just horrible. Now for me, I plan on getting the epidural, but I knew that if I could handle the pain, I wouldn't do it, because there's a lot of complications with epidural. Sometimes it doesn't work, sometimes it can only work on one side. It's proven to cause back pain in the long run, and it's a very dangerous procedure. So yeah, so I decided to get the epidural. Honestly, it wasn't that bad. I know a lot of people are afraid of the epidural because it's this big ass needle, but honestly, it just feels like a sting. That's it. And it's really, really fast. You feel like a little pinch, and then you feel pressure, and then within 10 minutes, 15 minutes, the contractions start getting bearable, and then within like 30 minutes, you don't feel a thing. You do have to stay still during the procedure. No one's allowed to be in the room during the time you get it. So some tips I have for you guys. You can always feel free to DM me on my Instagram or on my Twitter. I'm always down to talk. I love talking about pregnancy. It's probably like my favorite thing in the whole world. So yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. So tip number 1 is used baby products. Majority of the stuff we got for Kason is used, and I'm not ashamed to say it. His crib is used. Most of his clothes are used. There's a lot of things. His like swings. We got a Mamaroo that was used. Yeah, pretty much the only like brand new things that we got for Kason was his car seat and stroller, and diapers and wipes. I got a breast pump, bottles. Some bottles are brand new. And that's pretty much it. In some clothes we bought brand new. We got this $500 crib for only $100. We got a Mamaroo that's usually $200 for only $60. So if you're struggling, if you're a teen and you're pregnant, definitely look into buying used products. Check Facebook Marketplace, check OfferUp, check thrift stores, check garage sales. You never know what you can find. You can always find a good deal, you know? Don't be ashamed to shop for used stuff. Babies go through things so quickly. Another thing along the lines of used is used maternity clothes. Like I said, you're not going to be in maternity clothes, you know, for the rest of your lifetime. So I look into buying not only used maternity clothes, but cheap maternity clothes. Maternity clothes from Walmart or maternity clothes from Ross. I probably bought like 3 things of maternity clothes that was like really expensive, and after that I was like, why am I buying this? I'm not even wearing it. I literally never wore it. I actually have a shirt that I bought that was like $20, and I never wore it throughout my whole pregnancy. I'm not even kidding you. It is telling parents and family. Now me, it wasn't too hard. I actually had a brother who was a teen parent. My mom kind of already had an idea that she knew, but really everybody was supportive, and yeah, my mom obviously was disappointed, but you know, that's expected. Honestly, all you can do is just tell the truth. This tip helped me tremendously. It is red raspberry leaf tea, and I'll put a picture right here. Now, this I started drinking probably around 32 weeks pregnant. If you want to talk to your doctor about it, I suggest you do. I swear this tea helped me through my labor. It's pretty much supposed to make your contractions stronger and supposed to help you get through your labor faster. I've heard stories of people who drank this tea and they were in labors for 2, 4, 6 hours. Try it out, and I was in labor for 7 hours. So I think it works, and yeah, it's not the best tea, but it's not super gross. What I did was just I put the tea bag in hot water and I would pour sugar and honey in it and I drink it. I drink about 2 cups a day. I think it works. If you want to do more research on it, I suggest you do. So yeah, you guys, that's all the tips and stuff that I have to share for you today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to share, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to turn on that post notification bell so you're notified when we post our next video. See you guys on Saturday. Bye.
I wanna ball. Don't got no options, my back on the wall. Don't wanna kick it, I don't fuck with y'all. I stack up the money, I like it real tall. Ain't nobody make a way for me. I got it on my own. I be in and out of different states. I stay